Hi guys, this is Dragoon217 here. This is probably going to be my first video for the channel because I was originally planning on doing a playthrough of Spore with mods and all that. We'd have real fun. But then it decided to delete itself from my computer and now I can't re-download it. So I've had a few requests, including from Betty K and the Inverted Shadow, of how to play Duel Monsters, or as you guys call it, Yu-Gi-Oh! And this video is going to teach you the basics of how to play Duel, and the next one will be using some advanced tips of summoning cards and help you become a master. Alright, here we go. Basic of Duel Monsters or Yu-Gi-Oh! You have 60 cards in a deck as a maximum and a minimum of 40. You cannot have more than 3 types of the same monster in your deck, and there are some ban cards. If you want to know the ban cards, get on to www.yugioh.com and the official website, and it should tell you all of them. You have 8. The game is basically where you try to destroy your opponent's life points. You have 8,000 life points, and the way you damage them is by spells, traps, or monsters, which I will show you in a few moments. On each card I will describe to you. Now, the monsters have the most variety because there's multiple types of them, and I'll get into that next episode. But for right now, I'll just tell you the basics. For one of the most common in the decks, are going to be the most cards are spell or magic cards, which count the same thing, but some people count them different. You have to check up on the rules. You have, basically in the game, what the cards say is what you do. When you're on your field, you place them face down, like so. And then when your opponent attacks or triggers it, you flip it up and activate the effect. You would have the monsters, your deck set here, above with the graveyard where the monsters would go, and you would have 5 slots on top and bottom for your monsters and cards. You can have no more than 5 monsters or 5 spell and trap. But, alright, then there's traps. You know how Minecraft players always troll other people? That's what these cards are for. Basically, they're to screw your opponent over. You lay them face down and they trigger the trap, which does something, either screwing them over, destroying monsters, etc. Now, here's how you come to damage with your opponent, is monsters. The important thing about monsters, there are normal monsters and effect monsters, which they are distributed by their levels, which are the equal stars, and their power, which is attack is 2500, defense is 2100. This would be attack mode if you're attacking your opponent. This is defense mode. Now, if a monster is attacking a monster with a defense mode higher than the attack, you take the difference in damage. Otherwise, if the attack is higher than defense, it's destroyed. But if you're attacking your opponent directly with no monster protecting them, or spells or traps, they take the full amount of the damage. Now, their effect monsters are a different color than regular monsters because they have an effect, as the name implies. Some are flip effects where you have to have them face down, next turn you flip them up and activate the effect, or when they're battling. It depends on it. And with monsters, there is a summoning restriction. Any monsters with 4 or lower stars can be summoned straight without tributing. But if they have above 5, you have to tribute other monsters for. Say if I have... hold on. Let me find a good example. Level 5, level 5, level 5... Do I not have level 5s or lower? I'm better in this deck. Well, I don't. Just say this monster is a level 5. Now with a level 5, you only have to tribute 1 monster. But if it's above 5 stars, you have to tribute 2 or more monsters to summon it. And when a monster is placed on the field, it cannot attack the same turn. Because the rules in the anime are completely different from the real world. People don't attack and all that. It's just basically a strategy game where you're trying to screw your opponent over of life points. Alright, if you don't get the basics of what I said, you can pretty much look on the next episode after I'm getting done saying this. I'm going to tell you of the standbys of phases, and then I'm going to end the video. When you start in a duel, you draw 5 cards, and then for each turn, you draw a card. And then you make your play, which with this hand, I would play this in face up defense mode, and a card face down. Now, because he is an effect monster, his effect comes and activates, which turns him to 2300 defense. But if my opponent's monster has higher attack than that and he attacks me, I can activate this trap and it's automatically destroyed. The game is simple and easy. You just have to pay attention to the rules. Now, next episode will be how to use different types of monsters. There's several types, and a few other things that might screw your opponent over and give you an edge. This is Dragoon217. You all stay good.